Despite his recent tag team partner Andrade being fired by WWE, Rey Fenix reportedly could be set to receive a major push on WWE television. We'll let you know the details on that. Plus, Jack Perry could be on his way back to All Elite Wrestling. We've got the latest as AEW continues to tease the return of the Scapegoat. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with a possible push for Rey Fenix on WWE television. Now, Sami Zayn recently rejuvenated the United States Championship Open Challenge, first facing John Cena in Cena's last ever SmackDown match a couple of weeks ago. This past Friday, Zayn put his title on the line once more, this time against Rey Fenix, with the two having a match that was praised as one of the best SmackDown TV matches in recent memory. Now, Fenix, he's been in a position of flux as of late, as his recent tag team partner Andrade had been dealing with backstage disciplinary issues that ultimately led to him being fired a few days ago. It appears that Fenix is still in a good position in the thoughts of important people within WWE, as SmackDown co-lead writer and head of creative for live events, Road Dogg Brian James, has come out with some praise for him. Fenix tweeted, quote, "Last Friday, I took the opportunity in the Open Challenge to face the United States champion Sami Zayn. I didn't win the match, but it was a great match, and I'm very happy with my work that night. Soon, I will be a WWE champion. I'm ready for the big challenges." In response to that, Road Dogg wrote, quote, "Rey Fenix is right, soon." Now, Fenix debuted for WWE in April after leaving AEW, a few months after his brother Penta made the same move. Originally, the idea was for them to move at the same time and be a tag team in WWE, but that didn't happen as their contracts were extended for injury time, so they weren't up at the same time, and Fenix's lasted longer than Penta's. Now, the two have yet to reunite or really have any interaction on WWE television, but it has been made clear that they are brothers, and they do have similar music and logos, so we'll have to wait and see if Penta and Fenix reunite at some point later on this year. Before we get on to the next news story, a reminder, this video is brought to you in collaboration with all of our affiliates. You can find out all the information on them in the video description below. All the links will be pinned in the comment section as well. And throughout this video, you'll be able to see them in the sidebar. You can scan the QR code. You can get yourself some great products. You can save yourself some money, and you can support the channel in the process. Your support is really appreciated. Jack Perry, is he on his way back to AEW television? A storyline involving the Young Bucks and Jack Perry continues to be teased on being the Elite. A new episode of the series was released on Monday. In the video, Matthew Jackson receives a package in the mail that contains a large knife and a note that reads, quote, "For the next time you want to stab me in the back," end quote. On a previous episode, Jackson was shown ignoring a phone call from Perry. Perry has also posted on Instagram about making knives, sharing several images of ones he made using tree bark. The Bucks won $500,000 on last week's episode of AEW Dynamite when they teamed with the Death Riders to win a 10-man tag match after Jon Moxley had promised the brothers the full share of the purse. In the new BTE episode, the Bucks are shown using the money to gamble on slot machines. The full episode, titled Gambling $500K on Slots, is available on their YouTube channel. Let's go to last night's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw on Netflix, and Becky Lynch and AJ Lee got physical as we get closer to WrestlePalooza. The second hour of WWE Raw kicked off with a huge confrontation as Women's Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch and World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins came face-to-face with CM Punk and AJ Lee. Lynch and Rollins kicked off their promo with their usual shtick, with Rollins even bestowing the freaking nickname upon his wife. Lee and Punk made their way out to a major reaction from the crowd as fans went crazy for Lee's first Massachusetts appearance since 2014. Rollins went on to give some credit to Punk, crediting Lee as the best decision of his personal life. Rollins then said that Punk will regret inserting Lee into their feud for the rest of his life. Lynch added on and verbally targeted Lee for having issues with her neck over the years. Lee responded with honesty, saying that she doesn't know how her neck is going to hold up at WWE WrestlePalooza. Lee also targeted Rollins for using Lynch as his backup plan, saying he can't plan for something that he can't predict. Rollins fired back by pulling at Lee's heartstrings, reminding her that Punk has a nasty habit of leaving things when they let him down. After eating a slap from Lee, Rollins motioned for Lynch to attack. Instead, the man left the ring, leaving her husband in the ring by himself. This turned out to be an elaborate ruse, as Punk went chasing after Rollins after he slid out of the ring. Lynch entered the ring again and planted Lee with a manhandle slam before retreating up the ramp with Rollins. Of course, as mentioned, they're set to face off in a match at WrestlePalooza this weekend. It'll be Lee's first match in over a decade. A reminder, we will be live for WWE WrestlePalooza here with a watch-along and a post-show on YouTube. If you want to watch WrestlePalooza on Netflix, you can do so. All you got to do is get a VPN. You can see right there. You can use our link and get up to 73% off plus 3 months extra free. You can change your location to here in the UK and watch all WWE on Netflix. The link's in the video description below for that as well. LA Knight got a measure of revenge on Raw last night. The September 15th edition of WWE Raw was headlined by a tag team affair that pitted Jimmy Uso and LA Knight against the Visions, Bron Breakker and Big Bronson Reed. The match ended in disappointment for Uso and Knight as the Vision picked up the victory. After the contest, things got interesting as Jey Uso hit the ring to chase off Reed and Breakker. Jey proceeded to check on his brother Jimmy in the corner. In the background, LA Knight picked up a chair and started to walk towards Jey, who turned around at the last second and stopped Knight from swinging the chair. For a brief moment, things were patched up between Uso and Knight as they shook hands. Knight threw that away very quickly though, nailing Uso with his BFT finisher before walking out of the ring. The show came to a close moments later. Of course, this comes after Jey Uso speared LA Knight last week, getting a measure of revenge, seemingly was the megastar. The WWE Championship match for WrestlePalooza has now been confirmed. This past Friday on SmackDown, undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes made his return to WWE programming for the first time since August. He, of course, had been taken out by Drew McIntyre. Rhodes' return saw him stopping McIntyre from kicking Randy Orton's head through the bottom layer of the commentary desk, the same thing that had happened to him several weeks earlier. After Rhodes made McIntyre retreat, he called him out for the WrestlePalooza Premium Live event on September 20th. While the September 15th Monday Night Raw was live, the match was made official and it will be for the undisputed WWE Championship. We continued to see multiple El Grande Americanos last night on Raw. On tap for the September 15th edition of Raw was a singles bout between El Grande Americano and Dragon Lee. While Lee was taking control of the match, a second El Grande Americano showed up and got involved. Coming into the picture to offset El Grande 2 was AJ Styles. Styles fought off the second El Grande, and as he was backing away from ringside, a third El Grande attacked him. The other two El Grandes then helped El Grande number 1 pick up the victory over Dragon Lee. The three El Grandes stood together near ringside and did the infamous Spider-Man pointing meme. So it looks like more El Grande Americanos could also be around the corner. After weeks of vignettes, Bayley made her return to WWE television last night on Raw. Springfield, Massachusetts played host to the September 15th edition of Raw. One of the matches on the bill was Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. Valkyria ended up pulling out the victory, but she was attacked afterward by Perez and Raquel Rodriguez of the Judgment Day. Making her return to save Valkyria was Bayley. A series of vignettes have aired during Raw, which featured Bayley going through a dilemma, trying to figure out which one of her past personas she wants to revert to versus remaining who she's become. When Bayley fought off Rodriguez and Perez, she appeared to have been struggling with internal thoughts while staring down Valkyria. Bayley then jetted out to the ring to hug everyone at ringside, including Joe Tessitore, Corey Graves, Alicia Taylor, Jessica Carr, security, and fans. Of course, if we get any more details as to where this storyline is going, we'll let you know in a future video. Tiffany Stratton will not be competing tonight on NXT Homecoming. WWE NXT General Manager Ava has announced that Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton will not be competing on tonight's Homecoming special at Full Sail University. WWE's developmental brand head back to Full Sail this week for the special episode. Scheduled to feature are the returns of DIY, Carmelo Hayes, and a trio of NXT Women's Champions in Stratton, Vaquer, and Rhea Ripley to their old stomping grounds. Stratton, Vaquer, and Ripley emerged to confront the reigning NXT Women's Champion Jacy Jayne after she had made the claim to be the best holder in the title's history. The main roster stars were due to face Jane alongside Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix in trios action, but as the reigning women's champion, Stratton defended her title against Jade Cargill during last Friday's WWE SmackDown, with the bout ending in a double countout and an attack on Stratton at the hands of Nia Jax. Evidently, the attack has left Stratton unable to compete in her return to NXT, with Ava announcing via social media that she could not be medically cleared and would be replaced by fellow alumnus Lyra Valkyria. Quote, after her WWE Women's Championship match on SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton is not medically cleared to compete at Homecoming. As a result, the former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria will be taking her place in the 6-woman tag team match against Fatal Influence. Now, the suggestion is she maybe had suffered an injury during a spot on SmackDown when she went for a moonsault to the outside and her head hit the floor. That's just a rumor at this point. If we get any more details on it, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. Andrade has spoken for the first time since he was fired by WWE. This past Saturday, former United States champion Andrade was released from WWE. The 35-year-old was moved to WWE's alumni page with 18 months still remaining on his contract. When Andrade's release was first reported, it was noted that he had not been backstage at SmackDown for several weeks, with many talents in the company being unsure why he was leaving. That said, shortly after the news broke, the Wrestling Observer radio show revealed that Andrade had been sent home by WWE at a TV taping due to disciplinary reasons that were not related to drugs, alcohol, or his recent split with his ex-wife Charlotte Flair. Despite Andrade's firing reportedly not being a mutual decision, the former SmackDown star took to social media on Monday to thank WWE for his most recent run over the last year and a half. Andrade first rejoined WWE at the 2024 Royal Rumble after he had departed AEW. Now, there had been rumors and suggestions that he did have a wellness policy violation during his most recent run, which also led to him being suspended without pay for an undisclosed amount of time. Cody Rhodes will be appearing this Friday night on SmackDown just 24 hours before WrestlePalooza. Cody Rhodes is set for Friday's episode of The Blue Brand. Just 1 week after making his return to the show, the American Nightmare is set to appear on the September 19th episode of WWE SmackDown. This was announced on Monday's episode of WWE Raw on Netflix. This will be Rhodes' final appearance before defending the undisputed WWE Championship against Drew McIntyre at the upcoming WWE WrestlePalooza PLE. Now, we got the ratings for last Friday's episode of SmackDown. Of course, that was the episode where Cody Rhodes made his return. Friday night's episode of WWE SmackDown averaged 1.316 million viewers on USA Network. That's down over 15% from the previous week. It's the third lowest audience for the show since July 4th. SmackDown averaged a 0.37 rating in the 18-49 demo. That's down 27.5% from last week, but was the second highest rating the show has done in that category since August 8th. The show finished second on all television in the key demo, trailing only a college football game on ESPN that aired head-to-head that averaged a 0.60 18-49 rating and 2.609 million viewers overall. As compared to the same week in 2024, which was the debut episode on USA after moving from Fox, the overall viewership was down 23.6%, while the 18-49 rating was down 32.7%. Dominic Mysterio is the brand new AAA Mega Champion, and his next appearance for AAA has now been confirmed. AAA Mega Champion Dominic Mysterio's next appearance in the promotion has been revealed. AAA announced on Monday that Mysterio will appear on Saturday, September 27 at the Gimnasio Olímpico Juan de la Barrera in Mexico City. A celebration of his AAA Mega Championship victory is now scheduled for the show. Now, the only match announced for the show so far is Fabi Apache versus Reina de Reinas champions Lady Flammer in a non-title match. Apache lost a number one contenders match for the title at Worlds Collide to Natalia. Dominic Mysterio defeated El Hijo del Vikingo for the Mega Championship in the main event of Worlds Collide on Friday. It was the 23rd time the title has changed hands, and Dominic is the 14th wrestler to ever win the championship. A bit of an update here on Bianca Belair as she continues to recover from a broken finger injury. Bianca Belair has not wrestled since night 2 of WrestleMania 41, where she competed against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in a triple threat match for the WWE Women's World Championship. During the match, Belair fractured her finger. Belair returned to television to referee a no-holds-barred match between Jade Cargill and Naomi at WWE Evolution. A new interview with Belair was pushed out by Adrian Hernandez, and she left a message for her fans, stating that she'll be back soon. She said, quote, "I just want to say to all my fans, thank you for all the love, all the support. I hear you. I see you all online when you're asking when I'm coming back and that you miss me. All I can say is be ready, stay tuned. The EST always comes through and always shows up and shows out, so I'll be back soon." Of course, Naomi is now off television. She announced that she and Jimmy Uso are expecting a child together. Naomi relinquished the Women's World title, and a new champion is going to be crowned this weekend at the WWE WrestlePalooza Premium Live event. And finally, a no-holds-barred stipulation has been added to an upcoming AEW match. Tekla and Aminata will be brawling on September 17th. All Elite Wrestling is heading towards its all-out pay-per-view this Saturday on September 20th. The company has 2 slates of programming to go before the pay-per-view. The first is the September to Remember 3-hour special on September 17th. It had been made official that Queen Aminata and Tekla's rivalry will continue on that show with a singles match. However, AEW President Tony Khan has now added a no-holds-barred stipulation to the bout. Aminata and Tekla have been at odds since Tekla arrived at All Elite Wrestling. Several other matches are also scheduled for the show. On the lead-up to AEW All Out, AEW is also presenting a TNT special on September 20th titled Saturday Tailgate Brawl, so be sure to check out that as well. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, be sure to subscribe bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.